In September, we went to Ohiopyle, Pennsylvania, and we stayed at the Ohiopyle State Campground and explored the Greater Allegheny Passage. Here we are ready to have our dinner at Ohiopyle State Campground. Our main reason to go out here was to ride on the Greater Allegheny Passage, otherwise known as the Gap. It's a rail trail system between Maryland and Pennsylvania, 150 miles long. Here is one of the bridges going over the river as we enter into the town of Ohiopyle and ride down to the falls on the river. It's a great river for practicing kayaking on. This originally was called Falls City, and it became Ohiopyle in 1891. And as you can see, the guy is practicing his kayaking. And here we are at the overlook, taking a few pictures to prove that we were there and actually taking a rest from the bikes. Our ride ended at Turkey Foot, and then we turned around and headed back, which made it a complete 21-mile round-trip ride, and then we had to climb a 400-foot hill to get back to the campground, which you had to walk up with the bike. They told you not to ride your bike. The next day we took to the hiking trails and went for a nice little hike. I just could not sit on a bicycle for another day after the 21-mile ride the day before. So there was a nice, fairly gentle path down to the trail that we hiked down, and we started to hike over towards Cucumber Falls. As we are hiking down this trail and we get to one of the other trails on, I asked John what poisonous snakes they are, and he's looking it up, and we come across this snake laying in the ground. The interesting thing, as it gets closer, you will see a blue ring on the ground. I was standing between that blue ring and the snake, and I saw the head pop up, which is what made me see it was a snake, and then we find out it's a copperhead. But obviously something was wrong with this snake because it didn't move, it didn't go slithering off, sticks were thrown at it, and it just sat there. So obviously there was something wrong. Here John is walking up the riverbed towards Cucumber Falls, which we made it there, but it was really a big disappointment. And he's going to continue up and do a complete walk behind the falls for you. And here we see John returning from his walk around the fall. And very shortly you're going to see exactly why I didn't do this, because right here where he slides down this, yeah, I'd have been on the ground on my backside and would not have been pleasant. And here we are coming out, walking up along the river, and there were some rafters coming down the river. which would have been all right to do, but I don't know. I thought it was a little cool out yet to be getting wet in that water. We walked over to the Meadow Run natural slides, and here John has taken a terrific picture going down the water. And we are going to see very shortly, here is John taking that video, and he does a very good job running, but as he gets just about to the end of it, you are going to see him almost lose it and go into the water. John did go off on a little adventure on his own. He did a trail around the peninsula while I sat and waited for him. I am running this in 2 times speed, so make him hurry up a little through his hike. And here we are crossing the bridge back over to head back up to the campground for the end of the day. We had a very nice walk, and the total length of the walk was about 5 miles. And here's the track that we walked. It was 4.8 miles round trip for us, although John did walk a little more because he went on one of the trails that I didn't go. And here we are getting ready to go for our next trip, which was down to Cape Henlopen in Lewes, Delaware, to give the Bagel 2, which we had just purchased, a shakedown run. The Cape Henlopen campground is a terrific campground. Lots to do. Definitely want to go back because they have a disc golf course that I would love to play. Here we are out on the ocean, although no, we did not go in it at all. I shouldn't say that. John did go in it down in Rehoboth. Here is a map of the Cape Henlopen, and we walked from You Are Here all the way down to Herring Point and then up to Fort Miles Historic Area and back to the campground. Here we are down at Herring Point, and we will be heading up to the Fort Miles Historic Area. And we would have walked all the way around the rest of the loop, but ran out of time because we met with John and Percy and had dinner at the Cultured Pearl in Rehoboth Beach. After leaving Rehoboth area, we went to Lum's Pond Campground and spent 2 nights there. The first night we went for an 8-mile bike ride around Lum's Pond, and the next day it rained all day, and then we left on Friday. Stay tuned for more adventures in Bagel 2. If you liked this video, don't forget to like it, and don't forget to subscribe. Any comments are also appreciated.